good, beautiful people? Chef Mo. I'm on the road right now because I'm headed home. And this episode, I'm going to kind of touch on that because this is kind of about the end of the road for me when it comes to planning out these episodes. I've done a bunch of them recently, but it's been kind of hard to do that and work and stuff like this, but the majority of them have kind of been done this. So on this episode, I'm going to kind of do two things. First one is I'm going to kind of give a retrospective of what it was like to make these videos. Most of them have gotten done within like late March, early April, so it's been a lot of crunch time, a lot of hard work, a lot of editing. I also added a freestyle flashcards in there too, just for shits and giggles. But first, let me touch on a little bit on the first half of April. In the first half of April, I got the really fun opportunity to work at a TFC game, which was super awesome. I've never even been to see a TFC game before. Those guys get rowdy. We were underneath the stands in a place making hot dogs, and they were stomping their feet so loud that it was like shaking the stand. It was crazy. I'll show you some video of that right about here. And as for the rest of it, I've just been making these videos. So like I say, I'm going to make a little bit of a retrospective of what it was like to kind of make these videos, maybe some behind the scenes footage and stuff like that. And one of the other cool things I'm going to do is I'm going to get my parents involved in this. I'm headed home for WrestleMania weekend. I don't know if you know this about me. It may be kind of obvious, but I'm a huge wrestling fan. So my parents is one thing that we share in common. So my parents and I tend to do lots of wrestling stuff. I actually took my mom to see wrestling on Mother's Day one year. She then bought tickets for me to see another show in the same little tiny venue. I've been up to Peterborough, where I'm going now to see NXT, and I'll show you a little bit of footage of my boy Ricochet. Got that during his NXT debut, which was kind of sick. And we're gonna go see New Japan Pro Wrestling in May. So probably I'll do something about that when May comes, but I haven't really planned that far ahead. I've only planned this far ahead. So that's what I'm gonna do in this episode. So stick with me. I hope we have a really fun time. And yeah, I'm going to get back to riding the GO train. So, see you in a bit. For life. Well, I'm still on the Culinary Mercenary Tour. It's been about 6 months since my last update, and in that time, well, I've learned a whole lot. It's probably been the most rewarding time I've ever had in my culinary career doing the freelance thing. And you guys have been with me this entire time to see it through this vlog. I thought this round I'd give you an update first on where I am now, and then I'll break down this vlog a little bit. So let's go. The end of April saw me working as Scottish Rite at the Toronto Armoury with Chef Liad of the Food Dudes and Chef Vinny from Stellar Culinary, including making real haggis. They even had bagpipers. In May, I started working a little bit more with my friends at Marigolds and Onions Catering, doing several events and primarily working in their pastry department. at one point making 900 cookies for a local marathon in Toronto. As well as cutting brisket for the same event with my main man Marigolds from Culinary. You'll see more of him later. This brings me to June, where I'm going to end this chapter of the story for now. As for this vlog, when I originally decided to make it, I knew it would be a lot of work, but I never imagined how much work it would be. Especially since I've been learning and making this thing on the fly the whole way without really knowing what it was going to become. The bulk of which was made during March and April when I had a lot of time on my hands and I needed something to do. Hence all of the snow in most of these episodes. And believe me, it filled a lot of time. But a few of them weren't done until much later, and sometimes only days before the release date. And sometimes even later, like this episode. Sorry. In that time, I've worked hard to try to make Chef's Life informative, introspective, and enlightening, even when dealing with topics like depression like I did in episode 3. This really hit me hard a few months later with the death of Anthony Bourdain, and his problems with mental health issues, as in the past, was part of my discussion in the show. It's also been a learning experience, with a few pitfalls and bloopers along the way. My very first restaurant review, I managed to mess up the recording when I went to go eat the food, right? I had actually pressed stop instead of record because I had been recording me doing all the setup. And then when I had finished, doing the recording part, I pressed stop and that was record, and I got all my tear down and eating the rest and stuff like this. So yeah. And even for this episode, I wanted to cook a recipe with my mom, only to find out later that we had left the TV on in the background.
Starting with homemade polenta crackers with roasted wild mushrooms that have oyster.
And it was on the Food Network. Hopefully, I want to present that to you guys in future episodes. Even I lost a clip that I was going to use for this retrospective of one night when my computer died to tell you about the pitfalls of retrospectives, and I lost the video doing the pitfalls and retrospectives. It's been crazy bloopers the whole time. In the past 6 months, I've shot over 150 gigabytes of film while on the job and at home. This I've turned in over 2 hours of content. And I've done everything, from writing to researching to filming to editing each episode. From start to finish, the average episode takes about 40 hours of work to produce every single month. It's almost a full-time job. But I have to say, it's been a labor of love. I've opened myself up in ways I never thought possible. I've made some great new friends along the way, some of which have started to take up more and more of my time. But more of that in future episodes too. Not to say I haven't had help making Chef Life up to this point. From Chef Ash and Marigolds and Onions Catering for letting me interview him in episode 2, to the people who let me use their videos to make my hip-hop karaoke retrospective that I did back in episode 5. And to all the chefs and catering companies I've worked along this crazy road, thank you. And I hope to include more people I know in future episodes as I do this. This whole thing has been a lot of fun to make, and I've grown a lot. And I plan to keep doing a whole bunch more, so it sounds cheesy, but stay tuned.
So, that's it for this episode of the Chef Life, and I guess this whole season of Chef Life, I guess, is now over. I got a lot of people I'd like to thank. Sound like I'm giving some kind of Oscar speech or something.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
Thanks a lot to Stellar Culinary. If you're looking for a job right now and you're a chef, you should come look us up and join our team. We got a lot of stuff coming up. And so do I with this vlog. But for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you guys. Just for a bit though. Don't worry. I'll be back. Probably sometime in the fall. If you want, you can always follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's all ChefMo at ChefMo Toronto. So go check that out. And what else? I'm really sorry it was so short. I had some technical difficulties. I really wanted to get my mom. Shout outs to my mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Yeah, I wanted to do a recipe with her, but we had some technical difficulties, so we didn't get to do that, unfortunately. I'm hoping that we're going to get to do it soon. Hopefully the next time I go up there, hopefully in the next season. Speaking of which, a next season, because this episode is so short, I got a little bit of a sneak preview. Strictly between me and you know what I mean? So I'm going to show you that right about now.
It's mixed on the beat. Production.
But yeah, as far as this, I guess this is the end for now. Follow me on all those things, and I will definitely have some info on there. I'm also going to post some stuff on Instagram TV, so you can always check me out there as well when I get that up. What else can I say? Oh yeah, and thank you to all the catering companies I worked for, Chef Ash, Chef Liad, Chef Derek, all of them. I'm gonna put links in the bottom so you can go find out about their work, because they're really good too. What else can I say? That's about it for this one. So yeah, this is Chef Mo. I'll see you guys in a couple of months. Deuces. 2 uses.
Hey, did you like that video? Well, if you did, check out some of these other videos. Or if you want to get updated on the new stuff, subscribe to the channel. If you want all the new information, just visit chefmotoronto.com.